now washed up less than a Florida game. It's Igno Rant on college football. Hello, Southeastern Conference fans, which I know is all of the United States and most of the Western world, Islamic extremist states aside. This is Igno Rant on college football, and we are about to give our Week 2 Pickcast on the road. I am Kerry Head, and with me, as always, is Jeremy Head. We're your two Igno Rant hosts, putting it up there for Alabama and Auburn, respectively. And we are going to lay it all out for you today as we go through the entire slate of interesting games that you might somehow be able to find if you look really hard this weekend. So, Jeremy.
Yes.
Apart from the Alabama and Auburn games, is there anything really going on this weekend in the SEC?
No, not in the SEC. We've got some other games. We got maybe 2 good games total of all of college football. Week 1 built us up, and then Week 2 is going to just let us down.
Well, you know, we don't want to get up too quickly, right? You gotta hit a peak, kind of bring it back down for a rest before you hit that peak again. Or maybe I'm thinking of sex therapy. I'm not sure.
No, see, what they should do is when they schedule all these things, we should have at least 5 or 6 good games each week. Somebody should do that. If we had enough teams to do that, that is.
Right.
But yeah, that'd be nice to have maybe a couple of good games in the afternoon, a couple of good games at night.
Yeah, what's the point of having picture-in-picture if there aren't enough games to watch? Am I right?
You're right. Amen.
Okay. Well, let's move on to the Alabama and Auburn talk. We can start with Auburn this week. Both of our teams have cupcakes to play, which is fine. But Auburn is playing San Jose State at home.
The Spartans.
So, given that this isn't exactly a game that's likely to test Auburn, what are you going to be looking for here?
I'm looking for somebody to emerge as our pass rusher. We talked about it last week on recapping the first week, and I was hoping we would come up with somebody in Week 1 that could pass rush, and we really didn't find anybody. So maybe with a lesser opponent, we can play some extra guys that we weren't going to play last week. I don't know. I'm looking for a couple of names that didn't get in there last week, and we got some guys. From what I understand, Elijah Daniel is a really good speed rusher, but he was playing against Arkansas, who's a lot of a run-first team, and apparently you don't use that. My football prowess is not that high, as you know. It's one reason why our show is named Igno Rant. But apparently, against San Jose State, who is going to be a passing team, which we'll get in that in a second, you can use a pass rusher. You know, a speed rusher is what I meant to say. So, what was I saying? Elijah Daniel. That's who I'm hoping for. Elijah Daniel. Going to have a big breakout. We got a true freshman, Rashid Kenyon. He's like 6'7" for defensive end. Really tall. But they say he's really good. He had a good summer camp, so hopefully he's going to come out. But that's pretty much it. It's going to be hard to tell against a crappy team.
Right. Well, given that Auburn is likely to be up early in this game, do you see Malzahn whipping out the big Johnson in this game?
Oh, yeah. Johnson's going to get a lot of play. Johnson's going to get a lot of play, which is good. You know, you want your second-string guy to get out there and get a lot of reps. So
that's right.
He got a lot in the first game. I got a good feeling he's going to get in there a lot in this game. And I guess if they do really well and they get that flow going, I'd like to see Jonathan Wallace in there. But the way coaches do, he won't get in there till, like the last drive, which is crap. But speaking of Jonathan Wallace, since I'm a homer, right? That's
I've
the
heard
whole
that about you.
premise of the show is we're homers for our team. Rock on. But Jonathan Wallace is a Phoenix City guy, so I've got to rep Phoenix City for a second. But Jonathan Wallace is a lot faster than Jeremy Johnston, so I would think he's a little bit better inclined in the speed read option, much closer to the way Nick Marshall does it. That's standard reason, right?
Yeah.
So why not get Jonathan Wallace in a lot of reps running the same offense with, your threes? Get them out there. You know what I mean? I mean, what happens if somebody gets hurt? Jonathan Wallace may be your second string quarterback at that point. I'm sure they're going to want to redshirt Sean White, who is our actual third string quarterback, but he's a true freshman. So either way, going back to your original question, I'd like to see Jonathan Wallace get out there. I'd like to see him get some reps. I want to see Peyton Barber running the ball more. I want to see Rock Thomas. I want to make sure besides Corey Grant and Cameron Artis-Payne that we actually have somebody who can run the ball. And I know we do. I just want to see them actually do it.
All right. I'm not really going to watch this game, so I'm not looking for a whole lot from Auburn, except, I wouldn't mind seeing 12 or 13 fumbles and
right.
Yeah, maybe looking bad.
Yeah.
So well, let me ask.
They're never going to top the T.J. Yeldon mark. I mean, we may fumble
sure.
a lot, but not to that extent.
Right. Well, I don't expect you to Yeldon it up, but maybe look a little. Get a few out there.
Just loosen the ball up just a little bit.
That's right.
Now, well, we are prone to put the ball on the ground now, and we did that in the first week, so that would be something that we actually would like to clean up a little bit. They come from trying to grind out, extra yards at the very end, but it would be nice to not put the ball on the ground.
All right. So what's your prediction on this game? I know Auburn's a 31-point favorite here. What's your final score prediction for this Auburn game?
Well, Carey, I would have to put I'd have to say Auburn's going to score a crap ton of points because that's what they do against anybody.
Is that a metric crap ton or a British Imperial?
Metric. You just take your standard crap ton or your standard crap load.
Right.
And then you, I think you multiply it by 2.5.
Yeah, that sounds right. Okay. Yeah.
Anyways, so that's a metric ton. Crap ton, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And you just got me sidetracked. Oh, my score. They score a bunch of points. You got me completely off. Score a bunch of points like they do on anybody. So against San Jose State, I think they're going to give up a lot of points because San Jose State passes the ball well.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that we've shored up our secondary problems yet. So that being said, I'm going to say in this high-flying, high-scoring affair, Auburn 63 and 63, yes. Auburn 63 and San Jose State 20. 63 to 20.
Okay. 63 is a metric crap ton of points.
Yes.
Unless you're Florida State, in which case it's slightly above average.
Waka waka.
All right. Well, I'm going to say Auburn's not going to quite be to that level. I think they're probably going to put in some folks in this game. No sense in running up the score, but they do score a lot of points. I'm going to say Auburn 52. San Jose State 27.
Say that again?
52 to 27.
Well, that's respectable. That's pretty close to what I said.
Yeah, it's San Jose State,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Give them mad props.
I mean, but selecting the score is about the only fun thing we can do with a team like this. They're a trash team. Oh, speaking of trash teams, we sold out the game against a trash team.
Auburn sold out?
Sold out. The San Jose State game is sold out. That's
Get the
my
heck out of
Auburn.
town.
That's the family. You hear me? That's the Auburn family. That's right. Hey, this is moving. This is the Auburn family.
Looking to get those wins in early, but while they're cheap.
Right. We do whatever we have to do, Kerry.
I hear you. I hear you. Well, there's another cupcake game going on in the state. Alabama plays Florida Atlantic International University State.
Right. You could speed that up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, this shouldn't be a
Alabama
very
plays a lot of
interesting
cupcake games. This is just one of them. Let's just go ahead and say that.
Is it more than Auburn? Do they play more than Auburn?
Oh yeah.
Or is it exactly the same number? Because I think it's
No.
probably exactly the same number.
No, it's probably not.
Yeah. If only we could look that up at some point. Anyhow, yeah, Alabama is going to be playing both quarterbacks this game per Coach Nick Saban. I'm looking forward to seeing how that works out. I think, as I said last time, that the game with West Virginia was too close really to try and put in a dual quarterback situation. As many issues as Blake Sims had, he had the confidence of the team, and he knew the plays a little bit better, and he was able to get the next play rolling, and that was exactly what we needed. I think we're going to mix it up a little bit more in this game. You're going to see a lot more Coker. The other thing that I'm excited... Oh, go ahead.
You mean you just basically said that Sims was a game manager, if I'm hearing you right.
I'm saying it was a situation which called for game manager-like tendencies.
And he got an A+ on his game management skill.
I would say he got a solid B+ on his game management skills.
Well,
He only threw one pick. There were two others that really could have been picks, and there was a period of time where he didn't really know what was being called. At any rate,
he didn't stand out. So let's just say that. I was giving you the benefit of the doubt.
it was no A.J. McCarron type performance.
Yeah, it's definitely not a Nick Marshall or a Jeremy Johnson.
Right.
He didn't throw for as much as Jeremy Johnson or run as much as Nick Marshall. So.
Right. Anyhow, on the defensive side of the ball, we're getting two new starters for this game, two guys who didn't see playing time at all during the West Virginia game. Eddie Jackson at corner, which was a big issue in the West Virginia game, and Trey Dupriest at linebacker, who of course is our defensive play caller, the guy who makes the adjustments on the field, which was sorely lacking in the West Virginia game. So it'll be nice to give those guys some playing time and get them all revved up for our first SEC matchup in a few weeks.
Yay.
Yay.
I think Alabama's a 40-some-odd point favorite against FAU. So, once again, it's pretty crappy.
I don't look for Alabama to cover. If there's one thing that I have learned is that Alabama doesn't cover when it should, and a lot of times it covers big when it was a close game, especially in these cupcake games.
So would you say that Alabama plays to their opponent's level?
No, not in this case. I think Alabama is just going to take it more as a glorified scrimmage rather than just trying to put up the biggest number of points. They're going to be trying different personnel, different options.
Wait.
What?
1 week after letting West Virginia stay in the game with them as long as they did, this is a team they should have just rolled over.
Maybe.
You think, they should have.
We don't know. West Virginia might be the best team in the Big 12.
And that says what? That says what? So either way, after allowing a team to just, like you just come in there half-hearted, maybe that's what they said happened against Oklahoma. Maybe that's what happened against West Virginia. I mean, maybe you guys should wake up or something. I don't know.
It's not like I think they're not going to try and win the game or come out pounding. I think they will. What I'm saying is, once we get a big lead, I don't think the the motivation is going to be to try and put our A game still on the field. I think they're going to be testing some things out.
Right, but I still think that's still gonna equate to scoring.
Well, it probably will.
I mean, all right, you take out your number 1 or 2 running back and you put in number 3, even trying things, he's still probably going to score.
Oh, it's not like I don't think Alabama's going to end up with 20-something points. In fact, I've got Alabama winning this game.
They're not going to allow any points, though.
They might allow a couple. I mean,
Right.
we do have to kick off the ball a lot, so that's always an area of concern.
That's true. You've been scorned a few times on some returns, huh?
Yeah, well, that does happen to us sometimes. Yeah, special teams aren't exactly our
Specialty.
Right. Anyhow,
Well,
I've got Alabama winning this game 47-10.
47-10.
47-10.
That's almost covering, but you're right. That doesn't cover. Almost doesn't count. I'm going to say Alabama will cover. I'm going to say Alabama's going to. I'm going to say Alabama 49-6. We're going to give them 6. 2 field goals.
All right.
49-6.
I'll take
That
it.
still doesn't cover, I don't think. Well.
That would cover, maybe.
I may want to go change my office pool picks.
What was the line on the game? Do you remember?
I think it was 44 or something like that. We'll check it out later, but yeah, either way, 49-6. Maybe they won't cover.
40 and a half on CBS Sports.
How much?
40 and a half.
Oh yeah, they got that. Maybe I should just go to CBS Sports.
There you go.
Okay. Well, that's good. I think Alabama will cover. Just barely, but who set it at 40 and a half? I mean,
crazy Vegas people.
What do they know?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all.
They live in a desert. How smart could they be?
Not too smart.
Well, Jeremy, let's take a break here from our prediction since there's only 2 more games of interest in the whole weekend's slate. And since this is Cupcake Weekend, I put together a list of questions to see how well you know your cupcakes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm taking this from all the teams, SEC teams, are playing this weekend. And we're going to see how much you know about these vaunted rivals that we're going to be playing up against. So,
can I Google?
No internet searching at all. This all has to be from the old noggin.
Oh, boy. Okay.
All right. So, Alabama's playing the Florida Atlantic University. What is their nickname?
We don't have to have like a Jeopardy music going here, do we?
No, just name.
FAU. We'll just go with the Wolves.
No, it is the Owls. The FAU
The friggin' Owls. That gets me
That's
every
right.
time. All right, the Owls. Okay.
FAU played their first game in 2001 under Coach Howard Schnellenberger. True or false? Howard Schnellenberger, as offensive coordinator under Bear Bryant, lured Kenny Stabler to Alabama.
Well, it's so crazy. Why not? Yes, true.
False. He
Okay.
lured Joe Namath to Alabama. Come
Okay,
on.
I see what you did. You're setting me up to fail here.
That's right. So here's how the last part of this game goes. I'm going to set the over/under at 5.
Okay.
How many wins did Florida Atlantic have last year? Over or under?
Didn't FAU lose their coach to smoking dope in the coaches' lounge?
Yes, that's the same team.
So even the crappy team had to go through coaching change in the middle of the year. For that reason alone, I'm going to say under.
Wrong. FAU had 6 wins on the season last year. All right.
God, I hate this game. Okay.
Auburn plays San Jose State. Maybe you'll do this one a little bit better. You've already
Right.
mentioned that they are the Spartans, but what conference does San Jose State play in?
Oh, God. Thank you for making me look like a total idiot. If I don't already do that enough myself. What conference? I'm going to say the SEC East. They could thrive there.
They are in the Mountain West Conference.
You know, I was going to say Mountain West.
Okay.
I was almost going to say that.
You just got to be a little quicker on it.
I should. Well, I mean, whatever. I was going to say Mountain West.
True or false? Notable alums from San Jose State include four-time Pro Bowl quarterback Jeff Garcia.
Jeff Garcia from San Jose State. This test is so hard because I want to say true, but then you screwed me the way you asked me the last time. So I'm going to say, let's see, Jeff Garcia. True.
True. That is true.
Yes. Rock on.
Over under on 5 for the number of wins the Spartans had last year.
I'm going to go over.
Over. They had 6 wins as well. Let's move on to some of the other teams that are being played. Now, both of those teams are actually FBS schools. Some of our SEC fellows are playing FCS schools. Let's talk about some of them. Arkansas
Absolutely.
is playing Nichols State.
Right.
What is their nickname?
What is their nickname? Their mascot?
Yeah. What is their nickname?
Their nickname.
Is it
Oh, I get multiple choice.
Is it the Big Browns, the Colonels, or the Bears?
So the Big Browns, does that have anything? Oh, that's never mind. Let's don't go to potty jokes. The Colonels, does that have anything to do with popcorn? No? Okay.
No, it would be a military designation.
Yeah. Oh, Colonel.
Yes.
Look at that. Spelling bee champ, first grade. I don't know. That's not accurate. I can't back that up. Don't go digging up in my history. I'm going to say the Nichols State Colonels.
Yes, that's correct. True or false about Nichols State?
Hang on. Let's just revel in the fact that I'm on a roll right now.
Okay. I'm reveling.
Yeah. I am too. I'm reveling.
True or false? Nichols State once had a big rival in Texas State before they changed to the Southland Conference. True or false? Was that rivalry called Battle for the Paddle?
Oh, this isn't this is a true or false. Was it called Battle for the Paddle?
That's correct.
Battle for the Paddle. Well, I'm just gonna. This is how I'm gonna put this in my mind. You just stay with me here. I'm gonna say paddling is corporal punishment, right?
Right.
And corporal is also a military term. So I'm gonna say true.
True. That is correct. Over and under for Nichols State on number of wins last year.
Oh man, I am on a roll. I'm jeopardizing it right now. Over and under for Nichols State. I'm gonna say they don't play I'm gonna say over.
No, they won only 4 games last year in the Southland Conference of FCS.
I had that big
opponent this week.
I had that huge head of steam. I built up so much momentum.
All right. Texas A&M is playing Lamar. They are also from the Southland Conference. We're going to skip past them real quick in the interest of time. They didn't play football from 1989 until 2010, so they're obviously a big-time team.
Right.
LSU is playing
I don't think Alabama played football through those times, did they?
I think we had a championship at least once during that period.
Hey.
LSU is playing Sam Houston State, also from the Southland Conference.
Right.
What is their nickname?
The Sam Houston. Do I get a multiple choice?
Is it the Cardinals,
Okay.
is it the Cardinals?
We're live on the air.
Okay, shh. Is it the Cardinals, the Musketmen, or the Bearcats?
I'm going to go with the Bearcats.
Spell it.
Bearkatz.
Well, it
Bear.
is Bearkats.
Hey, I had
So
the
you
K
got the
right.
K right.
All right.
True or false about the Southland Conference? The Southland Conference includes the university called Incarnate Word.
Yeah, might as well.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, I'm not
Incarnate
doing
Word
so bad
University.
after I had a look just like a college football season. I had a shaky start, and then I brushed up on some things. You know, I worked on me, Carrie, is what I did. I didn't worry about my opponent so much as I just worked on me.
And last question here to see how you end. Over under for number of wins, Sam Houston State last year.
I'm going to go over.
That's correct. They had 9 wins on the season.
Ooh.
Congratulations, Jeremy.
Yes.
Nothing at all.
Thank you. Thank you. Huge round of applause. Thank you.
Y'all just a bunch of losers.
Man, you are one pathetic loser.
Stupid, worthless, no good, retarded, big mouth jerk. You idiots! You're an idiot anyway.
Stupid is, stupid does.
Do we have to listen to any more of this?
You could learn a lot from a dummy.
All right. That is your championship theme song there, Jeremy, for winning our quiz today.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move into the other 2 games that we have to make picks on. The first one of these is Southern Cal traveling up north to play Stanford. Number 14 versus number 13 in a Pac-12 that has 12 conference game.
Yeah.
Stanford is favored in this game by a scant 2.5 points.
That should make things interesting.
It should. How do you feel about this game?
Well, Carrie, I'm going to say that I'm going to put my money, so-called money, on Stanford. I like Stanford. I like the way they do things. I like the way they go about business.
The pocket protectors.
Yes, as opposed to USC and everything they stand for. I think you remember me saying that I hate USC.
I do remember hearing something about that.
So I just, you know what? I have no love for USC. The only thing that they got going for them is they have Will Ferrell on their sidelines every once in a while. I respect that. Okay. Other than that, I hope they just get the dog crap beat out of them. So I don't see why Stanford can't just beat the crap out of USC.
All right, so give me a
I'm not
score
buying
there.
this. I'm not buying the USC stock. Okay, they're ranked
If USC were a company you could buy stock in, what company would that be?
Enron. that would be totally Enron.
WorldCom.
Yes, Health South. That may be local. I don't know if you're in Health South. Okay.
Doesn't mean anything to me.
It doesn't. Well, okay.
All right. So what's your score prediction on the USC game there?
My score is going to be USC will score 35 points and USC will score 17.
How is USC going to score both sets of points?
Both sets of points.
You said USC 35 and USC 17.
Stanford 35, USC 17. I'm sorry.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. USC 17.
All right.
Stanford 35. I'm sorry.
I like Stanford in this game as well. I think USC's on the way up, Stanford's on the way down, but it's not going to be this year that it happens. I think it's a little bit closer of a game. If I had to pick a company to represent USC, I think it would be Microsoft. Big boy at one time, kind of got supplanted in the world by the Googles and Apples of the world, and now clawing their way back. Still have, that name recognition, but having to get back into the talk of things.
But their product still sucks.
Their product it sucks, but it might be getting a little bit better.
Well, that's good.
So
yeah, but it's not worthy of their rank.
It's
but
not
okay.
Yeah, that's going to come out, right? I think this year's USC is Windows 8. People are going to see it. They're not going to understand it, and they're probably going to hate it.
Right.
And in the meanwhile, Stanford's going to be the
Safari.
The Safari. Right. Okay. Releasing a new iWatch soon, and everybody's going to get overjoyed and overhyped. No, that's Oregon, obviously.
Yeah.
Right. At any rate, USC is going to do pretty well in this game. I say they lose this game, USC does, with 24 points and Stanford scoring 32. 32-24.
32-24. All right.
Right. So there you have it.
Love those numbers. I love them.
I know you do.
Okay.
Right. Moving on. The other game, and the one that I'm most looking forward to this weekend.
Sure.
Michigan State traveling to Eugene, Oregon. To face the Mighty Ducks.
Well, Carrie, I think you remember exactly how I feel about the Oregon Ducks. If you remember the Oregon choke commercial.
I do remember that.
Well, that came from somewhere. That came from down here, okay?
Yeah.
It came from right down here. I honestly believe Oregon's going to choke. That's what they do. They choke. When the going gets tough, Oregon chokes. And I see them dropping this bad boy. I think Michigan State, remember that's another one I said Michigan State would be in our playoffs.
I do.
I think now is the time for them to show it. I think Michigan State's going to. I like their coach, and Mark D'Antonio is their coach, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Mark D'Antonio. I like it.
So Michigan State's a 12-point underdog, Jeremy. So I think this counts for something. Hang on just a second. Hang on.
And now it's time for bold predictions.
Michigan State is going to upset the Oregon Ducks by the score of 28-24.
Nice. 28-24, he said.
Low-scoring affair for the Ducks.
All right.
That Michigan State defense is just going to be too much. We know what Oregon does when they actually try to play an actual big, strong, aggressive defense. They just can't. They can't do it.
Well, I like Michigan State, and I had them in my Final Four earlier in the year. But since this is your bold prediction, I feel obligated to take the other side of this. Oregon, you see, is the apple of the Big 12. And there's just some areas where they can do no wrong. And in this respect, in this game, they're going to be the iPhone. They are going to be the thing that everybody wishes they had. And in this case, that's going to be a high-powered, nigh unstoppable offense that's just going to befuddle Michigan State, who, of course, is a BlackBerry.
A BlackBerry.
I think Oregon runs away with this one. I'm going to give them the win here, 35-20.
Oregon 35 and Michigan State 20.
Yeah, I wrote it backwards. Hang on. 35.
35 to 20.
That's exactly right. All right.
So, well, wait, we just went through all those games and you didn't give us an upset alert or a bold prediction or something.
All right. I'll give you a bold prediction. You ready? It's not one of those games. You
Well,
ready for it? Can you handle it?
be my guest.
All right. Here we go.
And now it's time for Bold Predictions.
That's right, folks. Straight from the oracle's mouth to your brain cells. This weekend, Virginia Tech travels to number 8 Ohio State and pulls off the upset in the state of Ohio, which is in a city that I can't remember.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I actually like that one. I don't know that it's necessarily bold, but I like it.
It's a 10. It's an
It's
11
doing
point
something.
dog. So
Virginia, look, it's got nothing about Virginia Tech, but it's Ohio State.
it's Ohio.
They're gonna play mid-pack talent in Virginia Tech. That's what I call Virginia Tech. They're just mid-pack.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
I'd say they're 50th in the nation. That's somewhere around mid-pack, 50 or 60.
Sure.
And I say Ohio State can't handle it. I say they're going to lose. But this is your bold prediction. I don't want to take anything away from you, my friend.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to having that one come true since I was so wrong about my last one, which was
Yeah.
Fresno State over USC.
Right.
Anyhow, did you want to make any other predictions before we sign off of this here podcast?
I have no predictions. There's a crappy week, and I'm very upset about it. I'm upset about the week's games, and I think somebody needs to do something about it. I think
All
we
right.
need to go talk to our congressman and get something changed. We need reform.
We need to go loot some stores and protest.
Yeah, that sounds good. Let's go to H.H. Gregg or Best Buy.
Rooms and things.
Rooms to go.
That's
We're
the
gonna
one.
go to- That's right. Rooms and things and stuff. Rooms and things and stuff.
Honey, there's a riot going on. I'm going to loot Bed Bath & Beyond. Get some
They have
scented candles.
And a neck massager.
Well, on that high note, I'm just going to let you know that you've been listening to Igno Rants on college football. If somehow you didn't realize that, you're probably wondering what the hell is going on. We are, in fact, a podcast of stupidity about all things Alabama, Auburn, and the SEC. You can check us out on the V Sporto Network, which means grab your iPhone, grab your iPad, and download the War Eagle Sports Radio and Bama Sports Radio app so you can listen to us and many other great programs. Or if you just don't feel like doing that, or you're not smart enough to own an iDevice, you can listen to us through Stitcher or on your computer by going to our website. What's that website address, Jeremy?
www.igno-rants.com.
And also be sure to check us out on the social media. That's Google+, on Facebook, and on Twitter. And that handle is...
That is at Ignorant Talk.
And as always, be sure to give us a call on the rant line and let us know what your big picks are for this weekend. You can dial that from your rotary phone by calling
26260-RANT1.
That's right, be sure to do that. It's your dime, but it's our fun. Hey, until Monday morning when we recap all the weekend's actions, be sure to spay and neuter your pets. And remember, roll Tide!
And War Eagle.
And there goes Big Johnson up the middle
Big Johnson right up the middle.
for a
That's
big
what- that
score.
That should be your bold prediction. So they're going to whip out Big Johnson.
Right up the middle for a big score.
Right, you sound like Ed Sullivan.
Really big one.
Really big shoe.
Really big one.
Tonight we have a really big show for you tonight. We're going to talk
Johnson.
about Big Johnson.
Big Johnson handing it to Duke.
Right up the middle.
Right up the middle for a score. Penetrating the defense.
Penetration. All
I'm
right,
gonna
you
stop
know
it
we're
right now.
still live. Still